Alright, moving on to the next one here. Alright, double taxation. This is what I want to talk about. Not that it's that long, but I wanted to be sure I was able to get here and make sure I didn't miss anything to understand. Alright, so when it talks double taxation, another thing that's a major issue, of course, is government intervention with this because they're going to get their money. Alright, since the law considers corporations as a legal entity, remember they're a person, separate from their owners, corporation must pay taxes on their income. So what does that mean? So when taxes are paid, Walmart has to pay taxes on their income. Just like I have to pay taxes on my income, Walmart has to pay taxes on their income. Walmart is taxed. They make an income from all the stuff that they sell, and they have to be taxed. Okay, cool. No big deal. Everybody's got to pay taxes, right? Well then, okay, since profit is income, okay, when stockholders receive income from the corporation in the form of dividends, a portion of the profits paid out to stockholders, so stockholders must pay personal income tax on those dividends, therefore double taxing. So, what does that mean? Well, Walmart is taxed for their income. Then, after they are taxed for their income, they will then turn around and pay you, a shareholder, your dividend. Or dividends, you get paid. It comes in I think it's quarterly. I think it's right, quarterly or bi-monthly. It all depends on how the company's set up. Tri-year. I can't remember. I think it's quarterly though, which would be obviously every quarter. So you get paid. I get paid those dividends, and they go into my IRA. It's a very small percentage, like I said, in the grand scheme of things, but I get paid that. But that is after. Okay, remember, Walmart was taxed on their income. After they were taxed, they will pay me my dividends, which is income to me, and that money on me is then taxed again by the government. That money is taxed twice, therefore double taxation. What does that mean? There's less money for me as a owner. There's less money for you as a company because you're having to pay out and it's being taxed. There's just so much less. So the government is getting double dipped on this because it's the same money being taxed twice. Again, Walmart gets taxed, then they pay the person, the owner. That owner is then taxed for the income they make. Therefore, the money gets taxed twice. That's a big deal because it cuts into a lot of profits and things like that. Obviously, it's a big business. You don't think about those things. It's probably not that big a deal to them, but it would be if it's your money. Of course, loss of control I mentioned before. Managers and board of directors, not owners, manage corporations. These professionals and managers do not always act in the best interest. They might be more interested in protecting their own jobs or salaries than they do what benefits the company in the long run. Okay, the people that work there did not build this business. They worked there, so they're probably more likely to look out for themselves, as they should do because it's their job. But they're not always looking out for the company. Managers move jobs all the time. Board of directors are looking to make money a lot of times, so they're not necessarily looking for what's best in the overall future of the business. It's just for what as they're there to time. If they're good, they will continue to look towards the future. But not all of them are like that. So in all that, because of all that going on, the business could start to fail and people selling off. Are you not able to, again, as I mentioned before, he does well, trying to get the stocks from you, so it just all depends. But at the end of the day, you could lose control of the company because they're the one, they may go away from what you originally started the business on, the idea of what you originally started the business on, because their job is to make money for themselves, and so the business itself and what you want to do as a owner, because you're not the manager anymore, you're not the day-to-day person. Yes, you're the owner, yeah, you can fire the manager, you're going to replace them with who? Probably somebody who's very similar. They're not bad people, I'm not saying they're bad people, but they're not always going to do what you want to do for a company, but their job is not to do that. Their job is to run your business. You have to realize that. Of course, we talked about more regulations on such a big business as that. Must hold annual meetings for shareholders and keep careful records of all business transactions. Publicly held corporations are required to file quarterly and annual reports to the Securities and Exchange Commission or the SEC. We mentioned those before. We were talking about in government. We were talking about the different the bureaucracy, which regulates the stock market. Okay, so they have a lot of paperwork they have to do. A lot of people have to do those positions. Of course, that's more money being paid out to people that's not going in the pockets of the managers of the business and the stockholders, because more and more positions they have to fill. But a lot of stuff goes. The annual meeting I mentioned before, I could go out to these different places. And of course, as you mentioned there, the quarterly reports, the annual reports, to make sure everything's on the up and up. Because if you get corporations and start hiding money and things like that, that's major money. That could be some major government slaps on the wrist when you get into problems like that.